so you mentioned that you take on a lot of those tasks that your wife doesn't. Have you talked with her about like maybe that overwhelmingness feeling that you're experiencing with having to kind of take on a little bit more responsibility and seeing if you can
And yeah, she knows, and so we've had some good conversations, and that's probably, again, a little bit of a saving grace here, so she knows I'm completely not off my rocker.
Yeah.
But it's not violent, so I mean, it's not that kind of thing, but it's verbal, and my tolerance is like gone. I mean, even the kidding, the attempts at kidding and being funny and all, it just doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
We've always been joking, we play practical jokes on each other, but I can't seem to get, it just kind of hit me, a couple months ago, just boom.
Yeah.
Because I've generally have been pretty level on everything, and okay, well, this is stressful, but we'll get through it. And now I guess I just don't see the end of the road on this. I don't see how to get above water on it, and that's really, I'm sure it's from my heart rate up, and physically and mentally, you think, and the stress of what I'm doing to my family as well. I mean, it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it stop. I'll slow down a little bit if it's slow down.
It's like you're on a really fast roller coaster that just
Won't
doesn't
stop.
seem to stop.
Yeah.
And that can be really overwhelming and just making you dizzy and be like, I just want to get off this ride. And
well, it's your constant thoughts. I mean, it's like trying to concentrate at work.
Yeah.
When you're always thinking of how am I going to handle these problems. And I know if I just let them stay where they are until and when I'm at work, do my work, and then when I go home, just try to put some sort of an organizational thought process or something. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, for sure. And so can you walk me through maybe some conversation or a conversation that you and your wife have had, and what does that conversation look like?
The conversations have been open and honest, and I've told her that this is not personal. I'm just feeling overwhelmed and stressed and beyond, I want to crawl out of my skin on these things, and been straightforward with her. And so she's aware, and I've listened to her side of it too, thinking that, we've always got through it before, we can get through it again, and it's just a temporary thing, but it doesn't seem temporary to me. So the conversations have been good. They haven't been combative or any of that thing. But then the actions sometimes have been combated. So a couple of days we'll go through these periods of time where we don't talk, and then we're okay again. And then it just overwhelms me again. And I mean, she sees it. She's been really supportive. But I got to find a solution of some sort, or at least an end game where I can back off this kind of thing, this behavior, where it's out of the blue, and she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah. Has she at all offered to maybe carry some of that load that you're experiencing? Has she been recognizing maybe that she needs to take some things off your plate, or are you just more telling her that that you're gonna handle it, kind of a thing?
No, we work together on most things, but majority of it falls on me. She works part-time, so and I know she's trying there to support that end of the financial end of it. She's pretty level-headed and easygoing, but she hasn't seen me like this ever, and I don't like what I've become at the moment. And it's like the signs are there to try to catch it before it becomes something more, before it get worse. I mean, there's times that it's just, I'll wake up and I can't find any solutions. I can't find any way to connect the dots. And so then, my behavior is completely out of character sometimes. So I'm sure she's walking on eggshells wondering what she's going to get. And I need to stop that. That's what I'm trying to, and mentally I tell myself, hey, you need to stop that. cause I recognize it's a problem,
Right.
but I don't know how to stop it at this point. When it comes up, it takes over.
And so how does it make you feel that, you're kind of changing and that you feel like you're a different person? Like, how does that make you feel?
I don't like myself very much at that point. That's not who I wanna be or what I wanna be or how I wanna be, but it just, the self-control aspect of it just doesn't seem to be there right now. It's become something I don't like at all, and because of the stress and strain, and I'm not coping well, and it's just, okay, so I at least recognize enough I need to come and talk about it and see you. So I don't have any answers, but I'm trying to work through some of it, and I think that, talking about it with somebody that's not involved in it might help.
Yeah, and so what I hear you saying is that you just kind of feel like almost in a sense like ashamed of like what you've become and who
Very
you've
much.
become, and so you're wanting to work towards like regaining your self-control over your thoughts and taking your thoughts accountable.
Well, we're people of faith, and I'm sure this is not what God had in mind when He wants you to interact. I know He knows we're going through these problems, and I do pray. So that's, at least we have that aspect that's in play. But still, it's there, and
So have you said that you prayed and that you were looking for maybe some people on the outside to kind of speak into your situations. Are there any like other couples or pastors like at the church that you guys go to that you can maybe go to for either wisdom or for prayer and encouragement?
Not really that close to the pastor. It's not a big church, but it's not a small church, and we're kind of in the, one of the flock, so to speak, and don't know them all that well. I haven't been there all that long, cause it's been about a year. I'm sure they have people that, or we could talk to him about it. I have not.
Yeah, so what I hear you saying is that you've only been at your church for a year, and so it's still fairly new, and you're still trying to get to know people.
Yeah, we're people of faith, but we don't always go. It's,
the consistency.
Yeah, that's not there, and so I'm sure, I don't even know if he knows who we are. I'm sure he does, but they have a staff there and all, but other than, hey, how you doing? Hey, nice sermon, blah blah blah. When we are there.
Like you don't feel like you're really a part of that community or connected in the way that maybe you wished.
No, it's a place to go and worship, and we know a couple people there, but that's about it.
What about like any of your friends maybe outside of the church? Do you and your wife have like friends?
We have a few couples we hang out with, and they're probably a little crazier than we are, but the fun folks, but I don't know their situations, and I don't know that we're social, but I don't know that we're that close. My best friend is, across the country, and I have talked to him about it, and he doesn't really understand, the weight of it. He tries to be supportive, but he doesn't really understand, when you get past sports and that types of thing, and the kids and all, he's kind of, you've lost him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a good person, but it just, this is the type of thing that, he's not a feelings kind of person, and I'm not really either, but you gotta recognize what's going right and what's going wrong, and I think if I hadn't been somewhat spiritual, I wouldn't even have recognized it as a problem. It would have just been a behavior, and I think that wouldn't be good, and I want to stop it before it becomes a behavior. But I don't know how.